Mike, check. Justin Hunt. It's all happening. Thank you to everybody rocking with the channel. Thank you to everyone subscribed through the channel, who shared a video, shared a link. It's priceless. Big thank you to everyone who's donated. If you'd like to donate, hit the Cash App that's right up there or the link in the description. Big thank you to Javen and Fly Science and Lils and Ant Hold It Down in the Discord. If you'd like to join our Discord, there's a link in the description for that too. And big thank you to everyone who checked out my Cardi B's Art of War video, a celebration of Cardi B and of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I think there's a lot of parallels between those two projects and where the two of them are in their careers. When Art of War came out, and now that we've seen Cardi B's Am I the Drama? So if you haven't checked it out, punch yourself in the face. There's a link in the description. 9-second applause to you all. Thank you. It's Tuesday. You know what we do on Tuesday over here. Chart report. Every Tuesday's chart report. 1-second applause for chart report. Coming in at number 1, Golden, Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. From the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. Last week, number 1, peak position number 1, 15 weeks on the chart. 1-second applause. Still running up the numbers. I think this might be the closest thing to a real certified song of the summer. I know that Ordinary Alex Warren was the song of the summer chosen by Billboard, and I think that was just based off of the metrics at that time. They look at things between Memorial Day and Labor Day. This song came out in the middle of July, I think. And so it's had a long run to number 1, and it's been there most of the time that it's even been out. So big shout out to this song. 1-second applause. Number 2, Alex Warren, Ordinary. Love this song since the first time I heard this song. Last week, number 2, peak position number 1, 34 weeks on the chart. 1-second applause. Talked quite a bit about this song over the past couple of weeks. Big fan of this. Let me know what you think about this song in the comment section. Number 3, new entrant, Tit for Tat, Tate McRae. So Tate McRae had big success end of last year, the beginning of this, maybe it was the beginning of this year. I think it was the beginning of this year, around maybe February, I think she dropped a project. And so she's back with another one. And this one rises to number 3. I think she's a pop star to watch out for. 1-second applause to new entrant, Tate McRae. Number 4, What I Want, Il Yuck Gross featuring Tate McRae. Number 5, Daisies, Justin Bieber. Last week, number 8, peak position number 2, 12 weeks on the chart. 1-second applause to Justin Bieber. Number 6, Lose Control, Teddy Swims. Last week was 7, peak position number 1, 111 weeks on the chart. Still pushing boundaries and setting records. 1-second applause to Teddy Swims. Number 7, Fallen. Soda Pop, Saja Boys, Andrew Choi, Neckwave, Danny Chung, Kevin Wu, and Samuel Lee. Last week, number 3, peak position number 3, 14 weeks on the chart. Down 4 spots from last week. 1-second applause. Also from the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. If you haven't seen this movie, punch yourself in the face. Number 8, I Got Better, No You Didn't, Il Yuck Gross. Number 9, Love Me Not, Raven Lene. Last week, number 9, peak position number 5, 27 weeks on the chart. One of my favorite songs this summer. I'm excited to see the success that Raven Lene is having. She deserves it all. 1-second applause. Number 10, Your Idols, Saja Boys, Andrew Choi, Neckwave, Danny Chung, Kevin Wu, and Samuel Lee. Last week, number 5, peak position number 4, 15 weeks on the chart. Down 5 spots from last week. 1-second applause. So if you look at it, over the past couple of weeks, K-pop Demon Hunters had about 40% of the top 10. And I think they're down to 30%. So one of them slipped. We'll probably see it here in a second. But that just speaks to the phenomenon that is this movie and this soundtrack. You know, I enjoy the movie, as I've talked to you guys about. But we are seeing some shakeups in here. Tate McRae, new entrance on the chart. So 1-second applause to everybody that we've talked about so far. Number 11 said, Baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Ooh, I missed Leon Mutt. He was at the Grammy Museum this week. Maybe it was last night. I ended up falling asleep dumb early and woke up dumb late. So maybe not late, maybe late in the day yesterday. I woke up around 11:45 and I thought it was 6 a.m. And then I went back to sleep. I don't know what's going on. But nevertheless, Leon Thomas Mutt, new peak for Leon Thomas, the gift that keeps on giving. This project has been, in my opinion, the best R&B album I've heard in a long time. And to see now that Mutt is still rising on the charts, this is a great success to see. 1-second applause to that. Number 12, Man I Need, Olivia Dean, new peak for Olivia Dean. Called this one a couple of weeks ago. Last week, number 25, peak position number 12, 6 weeks on the chart. This is Olivia Dean. She's from the UK. We'll see her on the 200 charts next, on the Billboard 200 when we get there. This is her first time charting in the US, on the US charts. This song is great. His song is great. It keeps moving. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to check this out yet. Let me know in the comment section, but we're going to be hearing a lot more from Olivia Dean. 1 second applause. Number 13, Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. 14, Man Child, Sabrina Carpenter. 15, Beautiful Things, Benson Boone. 16, A Bar Song, Tipsy, Shabuzi. Last week, 15, peak position number 1. 77 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Big shout out to Shabuzi. We talk about him a lot here. I've actually got a feature story that I'm working on now that involves Shabuzi too. So you guys will get a chance to read that in a publication that I will announce later. Number 7, How It's Done, Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. Last week, 13, peak position 8, 14 weeks on the chart. Also from K-Pop Demon Hunters, down 4 spots this week. 1 second applause. 18, Folded, Kehlani. Last week, 22, peak position 18, 16 weeks on the chart. New peak. Now, Kehlani has a lot going on. Obviously, this song is her biggest song of her career. This is her highest charting song of her career. We can say that. And she's also on Safe with Cardi B, which we will see later here on the charts as well. And looks like she's been able to fight off all the haters. She, in my opinion, unfairly caught a lot of flack for standing on her principles. And so every time I see her on the charts, rising higher each week, you know, it reminds me that there's still some good news that we get to hear in the world. 1 second applause. Number 19, Just In Case, Uyuk Gross. Number 20, Pink Pony Club, Chapel Roan. 21, Undressed, Somber. 22, Back to Friends, Somber. 23, Good News, Shabuzi. Last week, number 20, peak position number 12, 45 weeks on the chart. This is a song I talked about. I just did a subtle reference there when I was talking about Kehlani, so 1 second applause to me. Down to number 23 this week, down 3 spots. This song really captures the spirit of the age, the zeitgeist. And I think there's a few country songs that are doing that. I'll shout out one later on here in this chart report. Stay tuned for that. 24, Tears, Sabrina Carpenter. 25, I'm the Problem. Yes, You Are, Uyuk Gross. 26, Mystical Magical, Benson Boone. 27, What It Sounds Like, Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. Last week, 21, peak position 15, 14 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 28, Luther, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA. Last week, 28, peak position 1, 45 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Kendrick has been killing it in South America. This footage from this Argentina show, ridiculous. I have a story on this coming up later, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's really hard to argue. Really hard to argue that this man isn't the greatest rapper in the world. It's very difficult to argue that, if not all time. Very difficult to argue that. Now, I've been on that. I made that Go piece in 2016, right? So even in 2016, I think he had the stats to be in the conversation. And what he's done since then and what we see now when he is live and he is outside, 1 second applause. It's all happening. 29, It Depends. Chris Brown featuring Bryson Tiller. Last week, 31, peak position 29, 10 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. New peak as well. So this song keeps moving. Now, Bryson Tiller just dropped the second half of his album. His album was a double album. He released it in 2 different weeks. That came out this week. Let me know if you've heard that yet. I haven't had a chance to sink into it, but I'm hearing good things. 1 second applause to Bryson Tiller. 30, Takedown, Huntrix, EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami. Last week, 29, peak position 21, 14 weeks on the chart. Also from K-Pop Demon Hunters. 1 second applause. 31, Free, Rumi, Genu, EJ, and Andrew Choi. Last week, 30, peak position 23, 14 weeks on the chart. The penultimate song from, you guessed it, K-Pop Demon Hunters. 1 second applause. 32, Bottle Rocket, Scott McCreery, and Hunte and the Blowfish. Last week, 33, peak position 32, 15 weeks on the chart. New peak. I talk about this one quite a bit too. This is where Scotty McCreery, he interpolates I Want to Hold Your Hand from Hunte and the Blowfish. Always shout out to Hunte, always give them love and respect. Straight out of Columbia, South Carolina. 1 second applause. 33, Yukon, Justin Bieber. Last week, 35, peak position 17, 12 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Justin Bieber. 34, Burning Blue. Shout out to everybody over in Boxden. BX, my favorite forum. These guys be keeping me updated on Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist's relationship. There's this guy in Boxden, BX, and I promise every week he is posted about the latest on what's happening with Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist. And I guess they're still broken up. Based on what BX told me. So, it's all happening. Last week, 34, P position 25, 22 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Mariah the Scientist. Bird in Bloom, 35. When Did You Get Hot? Sabrina Carpenter, 36. Jealous Type, Doja Cat. Last week, 57. Peak position 28, 6 weeks on the chart. New peak. Actually, it's not a new peak. Excuse me. It's down 8 spots from last week. Now, this is the lead single to her album Vi. I don't think I've heard it pronounced yet. I've only seen it spelled. I started listening to it this week, and it's a well-rounded project. I think there's some jams on there. It's right where she lives. It's right there with a very earnest, natural connection between pop music and rap. Right. And so I think she does that really well. Jealous Type has an 80s feel on it, for example. Now, the project released 2 weeks ago, which means we're going to see it on the charts this week. We're going to see its official chart position. And I believe we'll get there. We'll get there with when it comes to Doja Cat. But let me know how you guys are liking the Doja Cat project. 1 second applause to Doja Cat. 37, All the Way, Big X The Plug, featuring Bailey Zimmerman. Last week, 36, peak position 4, 26 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. One of my favorite songs this year. Can't say enough good things about it. 38, Back in the Saddle, Luke Combs. Last week, 54, peak position 38, 10 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 39, Happens to Me, Russell Dickerson. 40, Sorry, I'm Here for Someone Else, Benson Boone. 41, Bar None, Jordan Davis. 42, Safe, Cardi B featuring Kehlani. Last week, 26. Peak position 26, 2 weeks on the chart. Now, this is the second week for Cardi B's long-awaited album, Am I the Drama? And as you can see, Safe is down. Safe is down 16 spots. It was at number 26 last week. It debuted at number 26 last week. It was the highest charting song after the rollout for the album. Obviously, Outside premiered, debuted over the summer. That one debuted at number 10, so that was the highest of this wave. Now, WAP and Up are on there. Both of those are number one songs. But if you're looking at the bulk of the body of the work that she put out, the lead song, the most successful song that we've seen from this project so far was Safe, and now that's down 16 spots. Not saying that means a whole lot, but I think you're going to see this trend line, which I find pretty interesting with this Cardi B project, particularly because the next song, number 43, ErrTime, Cardi B, last week, 65, peak position 43, 2 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Now, this is my favorite joint on here. I think I'm pretty good at this thing. I'm pretty good at seeing a song, hearing a song, and be like, oh, that's the one. I think I'm pretty good. And I think anybody who's watching Chart Beat often enough, you guys have got to see the pattern too. I called that Olivia Dean week one. Week one, I was like, oh, this is the one right here. This is going to go. There's like 4 or 5 different examples of things like that we cover all the time. And I've been talking about this song, ErrTime, since I heard it, since the album dropped. And ErrTime right now is the only song on Cardi B's album that actually moved up, right? It was 65 last week. Now it's at 43. It jumped significantly. And I think maybe there's some virality to it. Obviously, they put out the remix, but the remix isn't the one that's charting. The original one is. And so let me know if you guys think about this. What you think about ErrTime? Because I love this song. I think it's the one that's got potential. I'm actually kind of surprised to see Safe slide as much as it did, again, with the success that Kehlani's Folded is having. I thought maybe they draft off each other a little bit, but I think this speaks overall to the stickiness of this Cardi B album. I know her fans love it. I know her fans have gravitated towards just the entire energy of it. I think that the conflicts that took place last week, I think that also helped forward the conversation quite a bit. But I do have my critiques. I have literally only one critique of the album, right? I guess my main critique of the album is that there's a lot of the Am I the Drama energy is basically half the project, right? And so it's interesting to see Safe slide this way. We shall see what happens, where this project goes in the future. She's still right now the number one rapper on the streaming charts, and she's still the number one rapper on the Billboard charts, right? So it's not like it's a failed project. I'm just surprised that these songs didn't have more success, particularly she says stuff like, tell her make a hit, she in the studio wasting time. You know what I mean? We'll see which songs raise their hands in the weeks to come. I think ErrTime might be one of those, might be the one, to be honest. I think that should have been the lead single. And I think that it just has that kind of energy that translates really well. I could even see that being super syncable. Let's see where that goes. Let me know what you think of Cardi B's album on week 2. Are you still listening to it? 1 second applause to Cardi B. 44, No Broke Boys, Disco Lines, and Tinashe last week. 41, peak position 39, 12 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 45, Revolving Door, Tate McRae. 46, Sugar on My Tongue. Last week, 55, peak position 41. 11 weeks on the chart. I thought I was all the way back. I thought I was all the way back with my shoulder. Those of you who watch this column each week, you know that this is the song that I hurt my shoulder to on leg day. Okay, so 1 second applause to anyone who's ever hurt their shoulders on leg day. And also,
tomato.
Because how you hurt your shoulder on leg day? That's what I said. Either way, so I was listening to this song off the Tyler, the Creator album. And yesterday, I was in the gym and it was chest. It was chest and biceps yesterday. And I felt, I've been reporting all the progress I've been making. And I tried to do incline bench yesterday. And then I felt one of those tinges that wasn't a muscle pain. It was like, oh, you need to chill out. So I had to go all the way down to, I was really just doing 15 pounds, you know what I mean, on overhead press. So keep me in your prayers and your positive thoughts, because I thought I was making all these steps forward. And yesterday felt like a bit of a step back. So shout out to Tyler, the Creator, and Sugar on My Tongue. 1 second applause. 47, Worst Way, Riley Green. 48, Hell at Night, Big X The Plug, featured Ella Langley last week. 49, peak position 35, 8 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Big X The Plug. 49, 12 to 12, Somber. 50, Gabriella, Cat's Eye. 51, House Again, Hudson Westbrook. 52, 6 months later, Megan Maroney. 53, Heart of Stone, Jelly Roll. 54, Wildflower, Billie Eilish. 55, Dracula, Tame Impala. They back, new entrant. 1 second applause to Tame Impala. I like them, they make good jams. 56, Gorgeous, Doja Cat, new entrant. This is also from her album, By, that's out now. 1 second applause. Not mad at this song at all. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments section. Again, I'm still listening to this album. I listened to it yesterday. I like the way it feels overall, and I'm going to sink more into it and see what she's talking about over here. Doja Cat representing Southern California. 1 second applause. 57, Outside, Cardi B, last week, 42. Peak position 10, 15 weeks on the chart, so you can see this one slid as well, right? And you're going to see this pattern with Cardi B's tracks. Now, with that said, she still broke a record for women rappers. This is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, the first time, or maybe the second time, maybe she's the only women rapper to have 10 songs still on the Hot 100 in the second week since she released. Okay. So she's breaking records. 1 second applause to Cardi B. 58, Somewhere Over Laredo, Lainey Wilson. 59, Pretty and Petty, Cardi B, last week, 43, peak position 43, 2 weeks on the chart. So this one slid as well. Big shout out to Cardi B. 1 second applause. 60, Magnet, Cardi B, last week, 37, peak position 37, 2 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. I'm actually surprised at this dip here too, because this one had so much energy around it. A lot of energy was around this song. Obviously, she's calling out Ice Spice. She's calling out JT, whoever else she might be subbing in there. I thought this one might run a little bit. 1 second applause either way. 61, The Dead Dance, Lady Gaga. 62, Nobody's Son, Sabrina Carpenter. 63, Takedown, Zhang Yang, Gio, and Shea Young of Twice. 64, Shot Calling, NBA Youngboy. Last week, 84, peak position 64, 3 weeks on the chart. New peak. NBA Youngboy is running up the charts. 1 second applause. Let me know in the comment section if you've been to an NBA Youngboy concert since he's been on this run. What he's doing right now, no one else in music is doing. And he has stadiums, he has arenas filled of black people. He's got people crying because he had to cancel the Chicago show. Let me know what you think about the Youngboy phenomenon that's taking place right now. 65, Just Keep Watching, Tate McRae. 66, Strategy, Twice. 67, Better Me For You, Brown Eyes, Max McNown. 68, Don't Mind If I Do, Riley Green and Ella Langley. 69, Ninja Young Thug. Peak position 69, 1 week on the chart, new entrant. 1 second applause to Young Thug. This is the only song on this Young Thug album that charted. It's really interesting too. It's really interesting because Young Thug had a bunch of different variations that he released on this project that I just wasn't aware of. Usually people will put together their bundles, they'll put together, different packages for people to buy the project. And a lot of times that helps with overall chart position. And so looking at what Young Thug did, he did way more than I realized. So here's what Billboard reported. Young Thug logs his 9th top 10 album on the Billboard 200 as UI Scuddy starts at number 6 with 52,000 equivalent album units earned. So he did 52,000 first week. Of that sum, 39,000 were from streams, equaling 54.3 million on-demand official streams of the songs on the album. It debuts at number 5 on the top streaming albums. Album sales comprised 13,000. So he did 13,000 on sales. Listen to this. I didn't realize all this was out here. UI Scuddy was issued a range of iterations, an 8-song widely available download edition, 12-track CD and vinyl variations. All of the physical versions were exclusively sold in the artist's official web store, and 2 widely available download streaming versions with 20 and 21 tracks respectively. During release week, there were 5 additional digital versions that dropped adding assorted bonus material. The artist also had a range of deluxe box sets available that contained a copy of the CD and branded clothing. UI Scuddy was preceded by the Hot 100 hit Money on Money featuring Future, which debuted and peaked at number 39 on the May 10 chart. So he did a lot. He had a lot of iterations. He had bundles, he had t-shirts, he had different CD packages and things like that. And so that's where the 13, a lot of that, at least the physicals, is where the 13,000 came from. And he did overall 52,000. You let me know if this is a success. But the fact that this is the only one that cracked the Billboard 100, Hot 100, is so ironic because this is the first song on the album. And it's the one where he's dropping the hard R. It's the hard R song. The one we talked about this in the story last week. He had no good answer for this. He said, well, all my friends are. That's what they are. And all my ops are that. And all my women are that. And
tomato.
It was terrible. It was terrible. There's a link in the description if you want to check that video of him explaining this particular choice. But this is the only song that charted, right? Now, there's a lot of ways you can look at it. Maybe people just didn't like the music that they got to after that. Or arguably, that was so off-putting that Young Thug sitting out here dropping hard R's at the end of the first song turned a lot of people off. We don't know. I'm not even sure. I can't even call it, but this is the hard R song. It's the first song on the album, and nothing else shows up after this. People heard that and they were like, nah, I'm good. Oh my God. That's so crazy. One second applause to Young Thug. And
tomato.
Because that song, terrible. That was a bad decision. So the hard R song kicked everybody out. If you're going to do that, close with it. Close with it. If you're going to do that, punch yourself in the face as well. Number 70, Marlboro Rojo, Frasier Regina. 71, Last One to Know, Gavin Addict. 72, Is It a Crime, Mariah the Scientist and Callie Uchis last week. 83, peak position 59, 8 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Young Thug's Ex-Girlfriend. Number 73, Nice to Meet You, Miles. She got off that train. She got off that train right on time. This bad. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the Young Thug part. This dude dropped a song called Ninja with the hard R as the first song. It's the only song that charts. Everyone listened to that song and then said, I'm good. That's so crazy to me. I've never seen something so black and white. Maybe it's more gray than I imagined, but or than I'm contextualizing. But that's what it looks like to me.
Tomato.
73, Nice to Meet You, Miles Smith, last week, 82. Peak position 73, my man's Miles Smith, still moving up in the world. 17 weeks on the chart, 1 second applause. He's really a talented singer. He also did Stargazing last year that I've talked about quite a bit. Check out this song too. Let me know what you think about it. 74, Eternity, Alex Warren. 75, WGFT, Gunna featuring Burna Boy. Last week, 76, peak position 66. 8 weeks on the chart, 1 second applause. 76, Hello, Cardi B. Last week, 46, peak position 46, 2 weeks on the chart. This one slid as well. 77, The Subway, Chapel Roan. 78, Sienna, The Marias. 79, Sparks, Coldplay. 80, Camera, Ed Sheeran. Last week, 93, peak position 58, 3 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 81, Darlin', Chase Matthew. 82, Breaking Dishes, Rihanna. Last week, 89, peak position 82, 3 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 83, House Tour, Sabrina Carpenter. 84, 20 Cigarettes, Ilya Gross. 85, Went Legit, still hanging around. Last week, 99, peak position 81, 11 weeks on the chart. Shout out to G Herbo. 1 second applause. 86, The Fall, Cody Johnson, new entrant. 1 second applause. 87, Which One, Drake and Central C. Last week, 96, peak position 23, 10 weeks on the chart. 10 weeks on the chart. Now, this song right here, Which One with Drake and Central C. This song is actually Central C's first number one. Now, not in the Billboard Hot 100, but check this headline. Central C scores his first number one on rap and rhythmic airplay charts with Which One as Drake extends records for most of all time. So Drake is still breaking records out here. Drake strings together his fourth number one in a row on the rhythmic airplay, all coming in 2025. right? And so when I see this headline like this, and all these headlines, because Drake is still out here breaking records, I have no idea where these cats are coming from. Where, homeboy from the podcast, or anybody out here saying Drake is gone, Drake hasn't dropped, Drake isn't around. Drake is still very much here. He is still very much here. He's still on tour. His song is still the number one on rhythmic airplay. Here's what the story says. Drake's 43rd number one on Billboard's rhythmic airplay chart is courtesy of his Central C collaboration, Which One, which lifts 2-1 on the tally dated October 11th. With Which One, Drake strings together his fourth number one in a row on the list, all coming in 2025. Nokia reigned for 2 weeks in May, followed by Party Next Door and Cash Cobain collaboration, Somebody Loves Me, in July for a week, and 3-week rule of What Did I Miss beginning in August. Okay. That run equals Drake's longest streak of rulers on rhythmic airplay. He previously went 4 in a row between 2018 and 2019, albeit largely as a featured act on Bad Bunny's MIA and Meek Mill's Going Bad and Chris Brown's No Guidance, followed by a lead act reign of his own via Money in the Grave featuring Rick Ross. It's also Drake's fourth non-consecutive calendar year with at least 4 number ones, as well as his first with 4 or more number ones as lead act since 2016. His 43rd number one extends his record for the most rhythmic airplay toppers in the chart's 33 history. So you can see, here's the ranking here, most number ones, rhythmic airplay. 43 for Drake, 17 Rihanna, 16 The Weeknd, 14 Chris Brown, 13 Bruno Mars, 13 Lil Wayne, 13 Usher, 12 Beyonce, and 12 Nicki Minaj. As for Central C, Which One is his first rhythmic airplay number one in his 8th appearance on the ranking. His previous best, Band for Band, a collaboration with Lil Baby, peaked at number 2 in 2024. Which One also jumps number one to rap airplay, Central C's first ruler and Drake's record-extending 45th. That's 2 in a row for Drake, as What Did I Miss reigned for 3 weeks beginning in August. Central C previously reached number 3 with Band for Band. Most number ones rap airplay. 45 Drake, 13 Lil Wayne, 10 for Ye, 9 for Jay-Z, 9 for Nicki Minaj, 8 for Cardi B, 8 for Kendrick Lamar, 7 for 50 Cent, and 7 for T.I. Okay, now, here's what I see when I see this, right? One, Drake is still very much around. He's still breaking records. So whenever I hear people talk about, oh, hip-hop was better when Drake's around, is he still here? He is still very much here, right? And two, I think what's really significant about this is that this is Central C's first number one on rap and rhythmic airplay charts, right? So this is what rap radio is playing, what rhythmic radio is playing. These are radio numbers, okay? These are radio numbers. And yet the song is still number 87, which means that there's a disconnect between what's being played at radio and versus what people are streaming. People aren't streaming it to the same degree, right? If you're number one at radio, I mean, Drake. He's the guy with all the records. He's the guy that goes number one everywhere. He's number one on streaming. He's number one on this. He's number one on that. He's still number one at radio, but he's not doing as well as streaming. And that's a big part of the reason why he's sitting down here at number 87. So when you talk about radio, you have to talk about people being, you want to talk about payola. That's really where that payola would be kicking in. So all these things in context, I think, are very interesting because he is clearly playing the game. This isn't him just dropping things and seeing how people react. They are pushing this. And they pushed it to number one, is doing well, congratulations. And yet the song is still at number 87. And so let's keep an eye on what happens with this. But congratulations to Central C. Number 8, Dead, Cardi B featuring Summer Walker. Last week, 47, peak position 47, 2 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause to Cardi B. 89, Bodega Baddie. Last week, number 53, peak position 53, 2 weeks on the chart. Shout out to Cardi B. 90, Where My Husband, new entrant, Ray. That is a crazy song title, by the way. Where My Husband. Where My Husband? Why are you asking us? 1 second applause. 91, Let Down, re-entrant, Radiohead. 1 second applause. 92, What's Going On, Cardi B featuring Lizzo. Last week, 63, peak position 63, 2 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Love this song. I love that it takes from 4 Non-Blondes, too. I love that. 93, Pick It Up, Cardi B, featuring Selena Gomez. Last week, 45, peak position 45, 2 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. 94, What Kind of Man, Parker McCollum, re-entry. 1 second applause. 95, gnarly cat's eye re-entry. 1 second applause. 96, Voy al divierte pa PR, Bad Bunny. Re-entry. 1 second applause. 97, nice to each other, Olivia Dean. I'm telling you, she's going to be around. Check her out. New entrant. 1 second applause. 98, so easy to fall in love, Olivia Dean. New entrant. 1 second applause. 99, take me through dare. Take Me Through Dare, Metro Boomin, Quavo, Brusky, and YK Nice. New entry. 1 second applause. Let me know what you guys think of that joint. I haven't listened to it yet. And number 100, What an Awesome God, Phil Wickham. 1 second applause. So that's the Billboard Hot 100. As always, we take a look at the top 20 of the Billboard 200. Back at number 1, K-pop Demon Hunters. Are we surprised? Last week, number 2, peak position number 1, 15 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. Number 2, I'm the Problem. Yes, you are. Yuck, gross. Number 3, Am I the Drama? Cardi B. Last week, number 1. Falls to number 3 this week. 1 second applause to Cardi B. She did 83,000 again this week, which I think is still a great number. 83,000. 83,000 on week 2. She's the only woman in rap history, I think I got that right. The only woman in rap history who's had 10 songs stay in the Billboard top 100 on week 2. You've got ErrTime that's on the rise right now. You know, there's a lot of things to be happy about. I think this project is a success. 1 second applause again to Cardi B. Number 4, Vi, Doja Cat, new entry. 1 second applause. So one of the things I've been talking about over this year is I was very interested in seeing what Cardi B did and also what Doja Cat did, because I was very curious to see how many artists in hip hop on the rap side can do 200,000 first week. Like how many artists can really do that? Really, I started off with 300,000. But I adjusted it to 200,000 to see who can do those kind of numbers. And so Cardi B is a 200,000 person and Doja Cat isn't. Doja Cat's done, I think this is 52,000. So she's got a ways to go in terms of what I think her growth potential could be, because she's that talented of an artist. It's also getting crowded out here these days, right? I mean, you got Young Thug, you've got Cardi B, Taylor Swift's coming next week. They're saying she's about to do 3 million. 3 million for Taylor Swift. You know, so we shall see. Let me know again what you think about the Doja Cat project. 5, Man's Best Friend, Sabrina Carpenter. 6, UI Scuddy, Young Thug, new entrant. 1 second applause. And so this is where he debuted at number 6. Again, we saw his numbers. I think he did 57,000, 52,000, somewhere in there. Maybe 52,000, because I think Doja Cat did 57,000. Number 7, Here for It All, Mariah Carey. Shout out to Mariah Carey. 1 second applause. Number 8, The Art of Loving, Olivia Dean. I think she's got a lot of room to grow. I think we're going to hear a lot about her in the future, a lot from her in the future. 1 second applause. And number 9, X EP P Harmony, new entrant as well. Number 10, Debbie TR Moss Photos, Bad Bunny. 1 second applause. 11, You'll Be Alright Kid, Alex Warren. 12, SOS SZA. 1 second applause. 13, One Thing at a Time, Yuck Gross. 14, Already Legend, YFN Lucci. This is a big win for Lucci, who recently got out as well. Number 14 on the Billboard charts. 1 second applause to Lucci. 15, Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift. 16, Swag, Justin Bieber. 17, So Close to What, Tate McRae. 18, Stick Season, Noah Kahan. 19, I Barely Know Her, Somber. And 20, Dangerous, the double album, Ew, Yuck, Gross. That's this week's chart report. Let me know what you guys think about it. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments section. My name is Justin Hunt. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow The Company Man on everything, including The Company Man podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog. You don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.